From takeoff to touchdown, come along as I show you what a 3-day domestic flight attendant trip can consist of. From serving passengers at 30,000 feet to exploring vibrant destinations during layovers. This vlog offers a behind-the-scenes look that I hope will leave you inspired and wanting to see more. Some mornings can start as early as 5 a.m. Throughout the vlog, I included a graph that will illustrate what a 3-day trip can look like in terms of being paid versus not being paid. Being that I'm a New York City-based flight attendant, I work out of 2 airports, LaGuardia and JFK. So depending on which one I'm flying out of that day will determine how much time I actually need to leave my house. We are required to sign in 1 hour prior to the departure of the flight. I was the most senior on this trip, so I was able to pick my position first, and I decided to work the galley/door safety position. That means I am responsible for setting up the beverage carts for service, maintaining the galley throughout the flight, and completing the cabin safety checks at the end of each flight throughout the duration of the trip. I like to start by wiping everything down. That includes the interphone and the jump seat, anything that I'm going to touch. And also, folks, wash your hands before service, okay? Even though this is the first flight of the day and these are fresh coffee pots, I still like to run hot water through them just in case before I actually brew a pot of coffee.
Are you saying this is a lounge? You actually come catered? Yes. Well, I didn't check that yet.
I make sure to check all of my carts, all of my caddies, and all of my carriers to make sure that I have everything that I need for the flight. This is the opportunity that I have to let the flight leader know if I'm missing anything. You want to get as much as you can done on the ground. That includes breaking your ice, setting up your snacks. It just makes things a lot easier, and you're able to get in the aisle a lot faster to serve the passengers.
Just push. You have to use both hands to push.
Yep, we are officially boarding, and you'll notice from my little graph that we are in the green, and that is because we are getting boarding pay.
You're welcome.
Boarding pay was implemented last year by my airline. We are the first, and I believe probably the only airline that offers boarding pay. Prior to boarding pay, all of the work that's being done to prepare the flight, we were not getting paid. So now that we are in the air, it's time to get up and get to work. Get these carts in the aisle as quickly and as safely to these passengers as possible. That's the end of day 1. We only had 1 flight from LaGuardia to Florida. Now I'm going to enjoy my layover. So again, even here, when we're commuting to and from the airports while we're on our actual trip, we are not being paid for that. Making sure that I check all of my equipment prior to taking off. So today is day 2. So I slam clicked for the first time ever. Well, not the first time. I'm sure I slam clicked before, but it happened so few and far between that it feels like, or felt like, the first time.
Before we depart, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a demonstration of the safety features of our Boeing 737 aircraft. Please insert the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the strap so it's low and tight across your lap.
The video safety demonstration was not working on this aircraft. So I had to read the instructions while the other flight attendants were in the aisle performing the actual demonstration.
Revealing oxygen mask. If this happens, reach up and pull the mask towards you until the tube is fully extended.
So we completed the first flight of the day. Catering is on board, swapping out our carts to give us new fresh carts.
Thanks for your service.
And since we have 2 flights, I do have to do my safety checks prior to the next flight. We stayed on the same aircraft, so I had to read the demonstration again.
Securely fastened at this time.
We made it to our second layover. Day 3. Let's get home. Flight 1. It's 5:15 in the morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Just landed in Minneapolis and we have a 3-hour and 44-minute sit. I thought it was 3 hours and it's 3:44. We have a lounge here, but I just didn't feel like going there. I'm gonna go find a little spot and somehow make it through these next 3 hours.
Hello. You know where you're from, Boston Farm.
I don't know, I'm sorry. A sit is an extended amount of time that you have to wait between your flights. That can range from 45 minutes to upwards of 4 to 5, sometimes even 6 hours. Okay, we have like an hour and a half left. Almost there, folks. We're almost there. And to point out, we do not get paid for sits. We survived the 3-hour and 44-minute sit. We're on the aircraft, last leg, go home. This is a single half cart. This is how I like to set up my cart for service. A passenger lost their wedding band. We tried to assist with finding it. No luck. 10 extra minutes after deplaning with no pay. We cannot leave until all passengers are off the aircraft. We have come to the end. We are going home. We made it through a 3-day trip.